So now I'd just like to, well, probably needs no introduction, Jamie Hallen to the podium. So Jamie manages the Australian side of the hip fracture registry. She's based at Neuroscience Research Australia. Background is a physiotherapist, and she's very passionate about improving healthcare and outcomes for older people. So welcome, Jamie.
Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you everyone for having me. I have the great pleasure of publicly releasing our 2023 annual report. I cheated a little bit, to be honest, because we have been looking for different ways to more easily communicate the results of what can be quite a complex report, even for some clinicians to navigate. So it is with great pleasure that I present you this summary of our 2023 report.
The 2023 Annual Report on Hip Fracture Care in our hospitals is now available from the Australian and New Zealand Hip Fracture Registry, the Registry. The Registry's purpose is to improve the care for people who break their hip, and their annual report gives us a view of how hospitals are doing in aligning with the Hip Fracture Clinical Care Standard. The standard is a set of national recommendations for the care that should be given to an older person who presents with a broken hip. The standard is broken up into 7 key quality statements. 1. Care at presentation. 2. Pain management. 3. Orthogeriatric model of care. 4. Timing of surgery. 5. Mobilisation and weight bearing. 6. Minimising risk of another fracture. 7. Transition from hospital. This year, the Registry collected data about the care of more than 16,000 older people who broke their hip. So how did our hospitals do in 2022? For 1, care at presentation. It's important to assess a person's brain health on arrival. 72% of patients had their thinking and memory checked before surgery. This is an improvement compared to last year. 2, pain management. It's critical that patients have their pain assessed as soon as possible. 65% of patients were asked about their pain within 30 minutes of arrival. 3. The orthogeriatric model of care. We know that when a geriatrician and orthopaedic surgeon work together, and with a larger multidisciplinary team, the care and outcomes after a hip fracture are better. In 2022, 86% of patients were cared for by both a geriatrician and surgeon. 4. Timing of surgery has a huge impact on a person's recovery. 78% of patients had surgery within 48 hours. This is not as good as in previous years. 5. Mobilisation and weight bearing. Getting up and moving is key to preventing problems like pneumonia, bed sores, and leg clots. 91% of patients were offered the opportunity to walk on the day or day after surgery. However, only 45% of patients were able to take a step or walk on the day after surgery. There is room to improve on this. 6. Minimising the risk of another fracture. Once you have one broken bone, you are at a higher risk of another. It is key that people are offered treatment for weak bones. This year, 32% of patients were given medicine to strengthen their bones before leaving hospital. Although an improvement, there is potential for more. 7. Transition from hospital. Of the people followed up 120 days after they broke their hip, 79% had returned to their own home. This is just a taste of what is available to you in the full report on the ANZHFR website. Go to this address to download your copy now and understand the full story of how we did caring for people after hip fracture in 2022. That address is anzhfr.org/registry-reports.
I will try to advance to the next slide. I'm not going to say much else other than that. This particularly impressive looking slide pack I also did not put together myself, so I'm just hashing other people's good work. but it's going to be available to you all to download and to customise to your own hospitals. We haven't got it up on the website yet. It should be there later today at the same address where you can download both reports. You'll be able to download this slide presentation. You'll be able to put your hospital logo in and the name of the hospital, and it follows the Clinical Care Standard report, and it goes through each quality statement, an overview of how we did binationally, and then gives you an opportunity to move the little marker there to where your hospital sits and easily show where you're sitting compared to the national averages and other hospitals. So that's where to find both reports. So we have the shorter Clinical Care Standard report, which we print and send to key stakeholders, and then the longer e-report. We've also embedded that video into the slide presentation so you can show it at your hospitals as well. And you have room to make your own acknowledgements, which I haven't done today. But thank you to everybody who was involved in the annual report.